I'm glad. I'm glad. I think it's something that really only a couple hours or so that could really be handled, right? Um, but I'm glad. I would love to do more with you guys. So, we've transitioned to the horror at Highrook. For those that were there, I did play the demo of it last week, couple weeks ago, something like that. And the game's been out actually, so so now I have the game. The full game. Got 120 hertz. Play this at 60 hertz. Alright. Let's go to the horror at Highrook. Slot 1. 2 bombs, 2 people. People advising as much as we can. That's what I want. Alright, storyline. Highrook, an aristocratic. I'm going to read through it again, maybe a little quickly because I've gone through the demo. But, Highrook, an aristocratic eyrie of cold rock and rain, a melancholy shadow overlooking the port at Black Sands. At the summit of its gray cliffs lies the crumbling edifice of Acheron House. The Acheron family, once respected by the city elite, the Acheron family fell from grace to become the subject of snide remarks and scornful whispers. Lord Acheron was a prominent book collector whose increasing interest in the occult saw him driven from respected academic practice. It is rumored he turned to the Seekers' Communion for support shortly before his family's enigmatic disappearance. The Seekers' Communion is a secretive organization of mystics, seers, and exiled scholars. This clandestine group supports occult practices across the city and facilitates a black market for arcane goods. Officially banned by Black Sands Council, the collective continues its work in the shadows. The vanishing of a noble house, however disfavored, cannot go unexamined by the council. The Black Sands mayor, Lord Aliston, has commissioned a cross-guild team to investigate. A dilapidated stagecoach deposits the party at Highrook. The rain echoes eerily through the empty halls. Two bombs, 2 people. I want 1 bomb, 6 people, and everybody yelling at me all at once. You guys are nice and try to not talk to each other. I think it would be great if everybody was stepping all over each other also. It's not in your guys' nature, and I realize that. But also, I think it would make for a very interesting dynamic if we mutually agree to drop mannerisms and go for it. For those that are watching this video, we're still talking about keep talking, nobody explodes. So, introduction. We are here. So this is the game board. We have stats up here. Time will pass slowly. I could pause it, and I have things to do, so we can read this. Dear investigators, by order of the High Council, you're granted license to command a Highrook Manor. Commandeer Highrook Manor's associated facilities. You'll be commissioned to investigate the disappearance of the Acheron family, the owners of this estate, who were reported missing several days ago. The Acherons are well known in the city, and their vanishing is concerning, especially considering a rumored affiliation of the Seekers' Communion. Please treat any evidence you might find as confidential. Report immediately to the Council when your task is complete. A news report is included to provide further context of this usual event. I see Mayor Aliston is as conceited as always. His presumption that all city events require his involvement is so tiresome. I suspect that Bleakhurst has been involved more for political point scoring than out of respect for our knowledge. But perhaps I could track down the book that Acheron borrowed from us last year. Vitaly sighs and rolls his eyes. Indeed, Vitaly. I am equally tired of Allison's petty machinations. But the High Council provides us with the bulk of our funding, and as such, we are obliged to respond. At least they have provided us with some tools to begin our work. We should take this supply crate to the machine room where I can extract its contents. I don't like much this Allison either, but he pays well. And I certainly don't trust bookworms like this Acheron chap. Nothing but trouble in all those old tomes. Atticus shuffles impatiently. Let's find these upmarket fools and get out of here. You need to insult us and degrade us and then we can get rude. So I gotta start being rude and overly demanding on you guys? So, okay. And I could see that. We're all polite people. I know that we are. So if we mutually can agree to be pressuring each other and it comes out a little forceful, I think can be fun. And for jokes, for the bits. I don't care about the success of completing the bomb. I care about having fun and having laughs. Spoken like a true Aldworther. Vitaly shakes his head dismissively. Don't worry, my friend. You'll be away from the bookworms and back with the woodworms soon. Fewer insults and more action. Our remaining colleague, a doctor from Canecross, will be joining us tomorrow. We should prepare for her arrival. Esther draws a mechanized key driver from her belt and approaches the crate. Send to the records. Records are up here so I can look at stuff if I want to again. So we put the supply crate in there. I believe we have you that can work on that. Oh, what are you? Vanishing at Highrook. Acheron family city. Most eligible house disappeared under mysterious circumstances. Delivery boy reported to have discovered the family's absence while arriving to the manor to deliver 10 fish. The boy, who has subsequently been treated for delirium, is reported to have spoken, seeing the place as if struck by a storm. Acheron family was not immediately found, and the servants and maid also seem to have been missing for some time. The High Council announced it has commissioned cross-guild team investigation, so that is us. I couldn't play that way because I kind of do care about completing the bomb, get frustrated when everyone's talking over each other, and I get that. I get that, Coolio. And you know what? That may be how we would play, because that is how everybody's nature is. I just like to try to also be open about a scenario that is doomed to fail, but to bring hilarious laughs. That's kind of the point. But I'm competitive. I would love to succeed. Don't get me wrong. If it's me and Zero, the tone is very, very, very different to succeed. You know, me to you all, like, it's for fun. If you guys want to get serious about it, hit me up. We could be serious about it. I would love to, but I don't think that's what people would want. I could send you to here. Oh, well, we can't do anything yet because we have to start the task there. We could do ×2 speed. So we have the mission, supply crate. We have a person who can work it. Work the room. Ta-da, we got stuff. Night lamp will go here. Equipment notes. Following items and packages. Spyglass, which is over here, so that we can work the fields. Night lamp, so that we could go to sleep. Library codex, so that we could work the archives. Because if we take a look at it, it's a task. Gear icon. Task go there. It requires 1 torn note. The scholar has a skill of 1 torn note. I believe the mechanist does as well. People have different stuff. Ooh, they have this up here where they have sleep, hunger, madness, and injury. And believe me, because you're all new, we can't go serious you know. But you were seriously trying to solve it, and you would actually get there with enough time. So you're gonna go there. You're gonna go there. You're just gonna chill out here. Study code goes somewhere, but we can't do it yet. Catalyst power. So that can go there. Raw meat can go here. Can you cook? Yeah, you can cook. Alright, you cook. You continue doing that. And I guess you go digging some more. And we go. So there's a lot of management and stuff in this game. Obviously. Puzzling journal. See, these are 2 tasks. Raven's cap. We have a basic meal for when we want. Charcoal. Does somebody need to do this? I guess. I guess since you have dreams. I'm not sure if you'll go to sleep or if you'll try to solve something. This game also looks hard. You play big brain games. Maybe. I'm not sure how hard this is, though. See, you slept. That's a task support. Which actually I could probably place down here. Raw meat. You could do that up over there. See, I can actually place you here. So you all go there. Why does the clicking feel off? There. Like, you can cook, but... Oh, you're a machine code. I'm sorry. Oh, shoot. Can you do... You can. Alright, then. That's what I was missing. So you gotta do a machine code. Gotcha. Alright. So I was being stupid. So the study code. Gideon's notes. To whoever finds this note, do not follow my path. You will not find us. They have threads in us, all of us. They pull and we cannot resist. If you seek us out, you too will be lost. If I can before it's too late, I will close the doors. I will shatter the gates and scatter the fragments. And I beseech you, do not follow. I have made such errors of judgment and acts of vanity and greed. And for what? This does not bode well. The first evidence of Lord Acheron we find, and its garbled, paranoid rants. Perhaps Gideon was trying to escape the communist's grasp, or perhaps his occult obsessions really had driven him insane. I ain't no detective, but perhaps Lord was up to no good and this is him trying to cover his tracks. Atticus' brows knit together with suspicion. He could be trying to set up someone to take the blame for whatever happened to his family. Or maybe he just went mad, setting up her and all those weird books. Do not be so quick to judge. Lord Acheron was an accomplished academic. I don't think we could simply dismiss his writings as babblings of a madman. I feel there is truth in his words, disturbing though they may be. But it is too soon to say what this outburst really means. Alright, simple trials. We can go there with things that we need to do. Gideon's notes, send the records. We have a puzzle piece. When we have this puzzle, we'll finish the first chapter. I know, because it was in the demo. Okay, you can go ahead and work that up over there. These are going to get worked on. Boom! Moonshine! Alright. Booster Matrix. Okay, we could put you there. We've got you. You. Task support. Puzzling journals, we're gonna do that. We don't need to cook the raw meat. We could just do this right here. And you're going, you're already going, and you need to go. And go. Leaf Dream. And Focus Fern. Alright, we could do Focus Fern there. You can cook that. Another puzzle piece. Gideon's Note. I have Valhassa tear and fragments to accompany it, but at what cost? My son brought more than just a relic back from the depths. He is afflicted with some unearthly wasting disease. The doctors from Cancross could not help him, and he is now so frail that I fear he may not recover on his own. I hope to find some assistance for him via my work, or from the Seekers. Perhaps the cure lies somewhere in the walls of Nibiru. In the meantime, I am sealing the chapel. Just as I have closed the laboratory, I don't want anyone else to stumble across my work and end up injured. Edge! Brush up on is the Kane is the needy ones. There are 3 needy ones. There's the knob, the gas, and I forget the other one. Well, we could do that task. Oh, Simon's notes. Yesterday, Paul made me get some weird necklace from the cave under the house. Down there in the tunnels, they get all twisted. It was scary. I think maybe smugglers left it for him. Paul said not to put it on, but it was shining when I dug it up like a red star. I wanted to wear it really bad, but it hurt when I did. It needles all over. I took it off quick. It's in the chapel now, and Paul goes there at night and makes strange sounds, like he's crying. I worry he's putting it on and it's hurting him like it hurt me. I hate it. I want to throw it away, but Pa says no. He is grumpy. He shouted at me the other day for doing drawing in his study. So now I play outside now. I don't mind. I like watching the birds, but it feels extra cold today. Capacitor discharge, that's what it is. I think that's really a maintenance on my part to make sure I keep flipping down. Can you dig? No, you can't. Okay, so you're going to stay here searching there. We're not that hungry yet. People are starting to get sleepy, so we may go to sleep soon. That's in progress, and that's working, so let's go. Owl tea, which goes over here. Alright. We're not going to have you go to sleep just yet. We'll wait till these two finish. More of Gideon's note. The dream leaf potions are working. I took another one last night at bedtime, and in my slumber, I saw it. A relic of Alhassa, a growing shard of light. An ancient pendant buried in deep chambers of the undercoast, just as the Seeker said. I sent Simon down to find. My old eyes are worse than his, and he loves to explore the caves. He is nimble, and the itch it is sleep even lower than the Seeker's cave, so I knew he would be safe. Following the outline of my dream, he found the pendant, returning it proudly to me, his eyes bright with excitement. I hope one day to show him the wonders he helped bring forth. But for now, just a few more fragments, and I can complete the first steps of my journey. Alright. Everybody goes in here and sleep. Alright, everybody is asleep. You're a support. You're a support. Okay, so these are supports. Okay. You can scholar. You can cook. You can go here. And we can go. Well, you didn't find shit, and we have moonshine. Mr. Mouse. Mr. Mouse lived in a house. Not his house, but the house of a great king. Some people don't want mice in their homes, but the king was always asleep and dreamy. So Mr. Mouse was free to wander the house without fear. Most mornings, Mr. House would climb on the curtains and look out the windows, gazing across the ash-colored land to the evil river beyond. He knew that the river was a place where visitors would arrive, their feet making pretty patterns in the ash-gray sand. He wanted to visit the river, but he was afraid he would get lost on the way, so instead of venturing outside, he would watch and whisper. Okay, how about you? You go ahead and explore the courtyard. I guess you can cook the raw meat. And you will continue in the archives. I think we gotta wait for the plague doctor to get here. Support for over her. Healing sprig. Focus fern. Alright, how about everybody eat? Bleh. Alright. You can have the Raven's cap. You can cook that. You can go back to the library. Helpful hints. Thank you. Gift of the bee. Alright, so we got more of... Oh. Apologies for my late arrival. I had to visit a patient in dire rich yesterday. The fellow had developed calcins compliance. Bones like rubber. Most intriguing. Dr. Caliga's fingers lace and unlace. Coincidentally, my guild has summoned here recently to tend the Acheron's son. He was suffering from an unusual infection. Unfortunately, my colleagues were unable to diagnose the cause. I know, Plague Doctor, right? Dr. Caliga, your late arrival is of no matter. We have barely unpacked our own equipment. The mansion is somewhat disturbed and various chambers are inaccessible, sealed with mechanist locks. I believe that one of these locations might house a simple laboratory that you can make use of when we gain access. Ah, I suspected as much. My colleagues sensed foul play when they visited here before. Lord Acheron was adamant that our team should not investigate without his supervision. Luckily, a junior analyst had the foresight to retain the laboratory code. We should be able to gain access using the copy I have here. Very smart, Mrs. Caliga, but it don't surprise me. You were as sharp as a blade when you fixed up me and my crew from Keel Fever last spring. Saved us from a right wrecking, you might say. Atticus seems almost coy. I owe you one. If you need any alchemy supplies or help with shifting stuff, just let me know. Lab code. We have to wait for that. Do you have... No, you don't. You do have roots. You're almost done. We'll just let this pass. Alright. So you go ahead and break that. Gift of the bee. Potion. So okay, so that gets pulled down here. Task focus. Oh, okay, so you can go up there. Handle that. You can go ahead and dig. You tired? Oh, you're kind of tired. Everybody's a little bit tired. We'll take a nap soon. And you can handle that. Flies back. Job's done. Oh. I'm getting sick. Must have got a cold from the caves and the hurt from the necklace is still there. I'm writing and sitting in the medicine room. I'm waiting for Amy to make me a special sleepy drink. I really don't like being sick. Maybe the necklace has put a curse on me. I'd throw it off the cliff if I could. Pa don't seem to care. He's still singing his sad songs and doing his big chalk drawings. I can hear him in the chapel from my room sometimes. I hope he doesn't get sick too. Anyways, Amy says is best not to talk to him about it at the moment. Says he's been all quiet of late. He's not like his normal self. This note confirms what I already suspected. Simon's illness was some sort of otherworldly malady. Malady? Malardy. There's no R. Contracted when his father involved the boy in the occult research. Dr. Caligar adjusts her mask and begins to pace around the room. No wonder my colleagues couldn't identify the cause of the problem. I only wish I had been there to examine him. His description of the ailment and the pain is most intriguing. Poor Mike. His father's nothing but a coward, sending his son into the undercurls because he daren't go there himself. Meddling the dark arts is stupid enough, but including kids in such danger is unforgivable. And yet he looked down at us dock folks as he passed us in the street. Atticus, it is not our role to judge Lord Acheron's morals, simply to follow his trail. Bitterly opens his arms in appeal for calm. But I can agree that the son's illness was related to his father's work. We should try to find this necklace. I would like to know how it is involved in the Seeker's plans. Malady. Malady. I know it's not, you know. Alright. Puzzle. Seeker's letter. Dear Gideon, the fragments of lore you compiled are symbiotic shards, scattered, tattered knowledge, seem to be incomprehensible in isolation, but gather them all and absorb their lessons. Only then, when you assemble the whole, will a new rite be formed and you go on to chapter 2. The opening eye, the ashen hammer, the fallen sky, the broken spear. Each incantation opens the mind to deeper power and knowledge. Persist, brother, and you are close to communing with the first circle of Nibiru. Once the eye has been opened, you will truly begin to see the glory that awaits. Gideon's notes, Simon's illness is worsening. The communion tells me that the only cure lies in pressing onward, but I've already unleashed things I never wanted to see. The morning the spawn of the first circle came again, writhing putrid grubs spilling out the cracks in the boards. I do not know how to appease them, and I'm so tired. Things are becoming untethered. In my fatigue, I have mislaid the Valhalla tier, or is mislaid itself. I must begin hiding the tools in ritual fragments. I cannot have my family fall prey to their effects. Again. Dreamleaf, and you can go there. What are you? You're a task, right? Task, assist, another task. Okay, there. Focus Fern, be up over here. I guess you're cooking. More raw meat if we want to. How about you dig? Instead, you do Dreamleaf. I guess you are working the archives, and you're gonna make moonshine! Oh, I need to sleep. We'll put everybody to sleep after this. Actually, after this Dreamleaf, I think. Alright. Rusted box. Ooh. Oh. Dream Draught. A tonic frowned upon by dispensaries of Cane Cross Yard. It is said to be a powerful soporific and one that elicits wild dreams. Caligar studies the bottle, swirling the contents around. Lord Acheron was growing the leaves that make this potion. If we were to use a dose in a place of night lamp where we sleep, we might find out why. And that's what we're gonna do. Everybody! Time to sleep. I don't need... Okay, 0. Oh, requires one. Okay, so... Well, actually, you have it too, right? You have dreams. You go ahead, doctor, but everybody's gonna go take a nap. Rusted box goes in there. Dream leaf goes up there. See, I don't think the game will let us have any more moonshine. I think it limits us. So you can't, like, stock up on supplies. Dear Gideon, your efforts have been noticed. You are new to the communion, yet we've always sensed great potential in your practice. As we discussed, we will aid you in your work and provide such guidance as we can. In return, you must follow that guidance and pledge yourself to our order. As you're aware, Highrook rests above the Black Sands undercoves, a network of subterranean smuggling routes and hidden chambers. An old seeker sanctuary still lies within those caves. Descend and locate this shrine if you can. We believe objects of great power still remain there, hidden in that gloom. And everyone sleep. Damn roaches. What a restless night. So we have Dream of the Cliffs. Alright. So you're gonna handle the cliffs. Can you handle here? No. We need more support. Wherever we can find them. You're gonna look for them there. Let's see. Old Bud. Do that, do that. You got that. Oh, you don't have any of the... Oh. I guess you gotta do the focus, Fern. Alright. Simon's Note 3. I did it! I took the necklace and hid it in my den. Pa forgot to lock the chapel, so I got it and stole it. It took a terrible long time to get it here, and it was weird heavy to carry. I am all tired and hurting from being so poorly. I know I shouldn't have taken it. Pa will be angry, but I done not want it to hurt him or Ma. And maybe now it's outside the house. I might get better soon. I hope. I'm sorry. Task support and upgradable with this. We don't have a full idea of what to do with that yet. Alright, so you dig. Machine oil, good. You're done there. Owl tea can go there. You can go there and finally work this box. Tracker's guide, which helps over here. And okay, so you do your task, you're doing your task. Another dream. Yeah, let's do another dream. We're not that hungry. Moon grain. Oh. Yeah, moon grain gives us moonshine, right? Oh, I forgot. Conditions. I forgot. Alcoholism. If the addiction is not fed, the suffering suffers. The character will suffer an injury each time each dawn, unless they have a drunk alcohol in the previous 24 hours. Staying sober will eventually remove this condition. No. We'll get them to drink yet. Alright, we have this done. Delivery notes. Dear X, please find your order enclosed. Firstly, the sporific draught you requested from Cancross. Be aware that its effects can be quite potent. Take a dose in place of your usual nightcap to encourage exotic dreams. Secondly, the vellum from Deep Spiral Library. Our operator could not retrieve the entire folio, but did extract the page you described. As usual, there is no return process. You should decide that the item is not what you require. We must also remind you that it would be imprudent to mention this or any of our transactions in public. SM. So we got more dream knots. So we have more dreams to do, but oh, didn't pause that. Okay, we'll just wait for that time to pass. All right, dream leaf, oil bud, if I want to. Boost. Okay, so we got a booster for there. All right. You explore the cliffs. You get drunk. You and you. My old friend. Can I do the healing sprig? I can, so we'll let that run. Task support, more focus fern, which is probably for like that. Catalyst power. Okay. You know what? Everybody go to sleep. Because I think for the next quest thing, we're going to need to, see the next dream thing. It's kind of what it was the last time. Ooh, we have an echo in here. Healing dose. Healing can go there. Oil bud for machinist support. Midnight. Dream of a needle. Okay, so over there. You go study. So that's being undertaken. Can we do moon grain? Sure. And let's have you go search through here. More machine oil. Do we need another dream knot? Sure. Let's go ahead. Ruined pot. Task focus. Okay, so glittering syringe. Task focus up here. Ruined pots. Moonshine. We could eat. Sure. You're gonna work that afterwards. You're working that now. And you can search in here. Oh, I didn't select you. Alright, more dream. Basic meal and echo. Get out of there! Catalyst powder. Moon grain. Tracker's guide. We'll wait for them to finish. And then we'll all eat. Pot. Task support. There. So it just permanently adds one. Unique, infinite use, and upgradable. Vitaly's note. Atticus is a simple thug. The man clearly has no understanding or appreciation of anything that he can't immediately hold or see. He's an unsophisticated bear, something I might even find appealing in other circumstances. Oh my. But I must remain focused on our task and advocate for brains over brawn. I am sure that Bleeker sent me here because of my interest in arcane texts. They may disapprove of my specialism publicly, but they benefited from it privately. Despite common belief, many of the occult theories promoted by the Seekers have authentic grounds. It would be a great vindication if I were to unearth proof here that my focus of study was not in vain. Vial of blood, task support for the lips. See, and I think I could do that repeatedly if I want to. Now, everybody go eat. Alright. You should go to sleep because you're tired. Aster, you're a little tired. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's have you both sleep. You go in there and actually basic meal and focus, for instance. Maybe we can get some support items for there. Dream of a lost book. Dining room. A vision drawn from a dream, hastily recorded on a torn notepaper. Adrift in the air, remote dust, suspended air fragment of the dining room. Someone had been drinking. A tired-looking man in a crumpled gown and broken spectacles. Lord Acheron. He sighs, wiping something from his eyes as he places a card on the table in front of the ragged journal. The card is inscribed in some sort of machine code. He places it loosely in the journal and finishes his drink. Stumbling to his feet, he knocks the books from the table. It crumbles to the floor, sliding underneath a nearby cabinet. So we're going to be looking for that book. So maybe I've missed something important, but what exactly are we trying to do here? We're trying to find out what happened here at this mansion. So we are trying to find ways to access the well house, the forge, the Lord's chambers, the chapel, or whatever. We have tasks that we can do here to try to accomplish that. Some tasks find items to where we can make stuff to help us. This one right here, Dream of a Lost Book. If we take this magic dream draught potion, we see in our dreams a vision. This one here, a book slid under somewhere. The card is inscribed with some sort of machine code. He places it loosely into the journal and finishes his drink. Stumbling to his feet, he knocks the book from the table, tumbles to the floor, sliding underneath a nearby cabinet. So that's where the book and this machine code thingy for our next mission is, because we saw it in a dream. So I'm going to send this person task focus. This person has one skill in sensations, which is this wine and drink, which is the dining room, which is the wine and drink area. Oh, I don't need any. It doesn't require any, but sometimes it requires a number. So the notes and such are pretty important then? Yes, they are. I'm kind of going quickly through the first chapter because I did the demo, which is the first chapter. Now I bought the game. So we'll see now. But the doctor can work on that. You can go ahead and work the courtyard. You can go ahead and work the cliff tops. What are you? Task support for the laboratory. So we are good there. These two are starting to get sleepy. Nobody's hungry. The vision was true! Alright, so we got a focus journal thingy over here. So there's that. Can you cook? No. You can't do this, but we actually need to find more. I'm just gonna have you rest, not do anything for a second. And in the end, I'm trying to find all the pieces of this, which will inevitably bring more lore and get to the next chapter. Training charcoal, got it. Alright. Dream leaf. Focus fern. More raw meat for food that we don't necessarily need at the moment. Okay. You go ahead and handle that. You go ahead and do this. You go ahead and do that. I guess we'll convert another one of those with you. Another dream draught. And they're starting to get tired, so maybe I'll have them sleep soon. I feel like standing up. Did your draft go okay, Edge? Did the NFL website crash? You're a support for here. You're a dream drop for there. You're still working. Did I not start these two? I may not have started these two. So we're another one of those. Gideon! I heard the hounds again last night. I could not decide if their howling was real or just echoes in my own mind. I've barely slept. Simon's condition is worsening. I must find a solution either in words or actions. The eye will not close again. I must find a way to blind it while I seek the cure. I can still see the key in my dreams. Her bifurcated head, that dark, gaping maw. But no, I am a seeker now. Even without the ceremony, I will step beyond the threshold. I will compel the instruments of Nibiru to obey me. First, and I've hung too much on my fantasy hopes this year on Bijan. Chapel code. They need to finish. Alright, you know what? We're gonna have everybody sleep after this turn. And echo. Ooh. Yeah. Everybody go to sleep. We all got problems. And then we'll tackle the machine room. Dream of the Monaco. Oh, well, that also is needed here, too. Well, first, chapel code. So, work the chapel code. I guess you can cook this raw meat. You're gonna just be in the archives just because. I guess you can dig stuff while we wait for the machine room to finish processing. Brother Acheron, we understand that in recovering the tear, your son has been hurt. It is unfortunate and regrettable, but do not swerve from your path now. The knowledge and power you will acquire can cleanse your son of any ailment, void-born or otherwise. You must reach further into the inner circles of the unseen twin. Only there will you find the power to heal your son and fortify your family for what is to come. Prepare your summoning chamber, assemble the rite of the opening eye, and speak with the key, the guardian of the first circle. You must pass through the darkness to reach the illumination beyond. At last, the fog begins to clear. The seekers are trying to contact Nibiru. God damn it, get the fuck over there. A mythical domain of cosmic power. An unseen isle that lies hidden outside of natural time and space. Vitaly frowns, looking concerned, yet excited. Engaging with these histories is enlightening, but it is also dangerous. I think we can assume that Gideon has already begun his journey down the path. The chapel has clearly been used for ritualistic practices. Astor examines the thick oak door. We can assume it was locked to prevent his family from discovering his work. But if he was hiding his activities here, then what might await us on the other side of sealed chambers? Coded journal goes here, right? Thought so. But we need more support items to get to it. Basic meal. Okay, so what do we need to do? We could do this dream, right? Yeah, we're going to definitely do the dream. Focus Fern needs to get made. Oil Bud can help make machine to help that progress there. And you need more support, so you're going to do that just because. Also, I think I need to give the good old Doc some moonshine. LT, which will help support that. That which will support that. You can have your moonshine. I'm going to do that now so I don't forget. Machine oil can go there. Cryptic journal is going to go up there. Irving's eyepiece. So it will support here indefinitely. So there's that. You can go up here and work that coded journal. I guess you actually work that. No, wait, no, I wanted you. Aw. Well, okay, you can with the Irving's eyepiece. It's not like it's wasted. Ooh, I think I got it. Darn it, no, I didn't. Close. Close. I've been trying to get that fly all streaming. Actually, I think there's two of them. Or one's just fast as fuck, boy. Healing sprig? Sure. Mr. Tubbs! A portly berry of soft gray fur, the cement gray cat purrs industriously as he stalks the rooms of the house. Unperturbed by the living or the dead, he maintains an air of self-sufficiency, never mewing for food or clawing for attention. An independent gentleman. His collar offers a name, but no provenance, and he is not referenced on any residence lists. Regardless, he patrols the corridors in the manner of a landlord inspecting his domain, pausing here and there to permit the occasional scratch behind the gray velvet ears. We can perform a task when this card is in the dining room, guest rooms, or kitchen. Mr. Tubbs does what he pleases. He was dying. I had no choice. I summoned the key while the veils were still thin, and I demanded that she take him into the gardens of the first circle. The rot will stop there. He will not worsen, but he cannot stay long without protection. He will become ash and will wither away. I will raise myself further. I can enter Nibiru on my own volition. I will compel the needle to cure Simon. I will bring him home. Sophia must not know. It is best she believes that I have sent him to some private city infirmary. Once I have returned, she will see the reasoning and the glorious path ahead for all of us. But the shadow is cast long across this house. But perhaps there is still time? What has Acheron done? He has really offered up his own child to some eldritch horror? Real monsters or rotten seekers? No matter me, it's abduction, plain and simple. Atticus clenches his fists. We will find the boy. I don't care if Gideon's ever seen again. Yes, Atticus, it seems to have made a pact with the Communion, or the entities they revere, and to hide this from his wife. Such arrogance. Sophia Acheron is no idiot. Her intellect is easily a match for her husband. She will not be fooled. Astora adjusts her goggles anxiously. But of more pressing concerns. Who is this key? A demon? A seeker? Or something else? If my memory serves me correctly, the key is an instrument of Nibiru, the chief storekeep of the unseen twin. If Gideon has awoken such an entity, then we will face more fearsome dangers than the Communion's thugs. Alright. Gideon's notes there. Oh. Document box. A package of some sort has been delivered. Atticus shifts the leather bound box with his boot. Kick, kick. I didn't see anyone drop it off, but I guess we need to keep an eye out for any other stuff that might appear. Indeed, Atticus. I recall that Acheron's often employed couriers to gather items from the town, especially so as they began to withdraw from Black Sands themselves. Alright. Cryptic journal, but we don't have enough power to do it. Alright. Moon grain. Alright. There's raw meat there. Can you work this document? No, document box actually has to be worked up here. Oh, Caliger's notes. I've only been a few days, but this place already began to get under my skin. Doesn't help I can't access my own medicine here. I need to find some organic evidence of the family if I'm able to properly employ my skill. But as always, the discovery of a body would be a double-edged event. The intrigue of an organic trail paired with the grief of yet another death. And yet I have seen too much death in my work already. And it's why I blunt the sharpness of the world with drink. On another note, it seems I have not met the hireling Atticus before. I do remember the incident at Aldworth and his hulking presence. He's a crude man, but impressive physical specimen. Okay, you can work the document box. There, you can be next to Mr. Tubbs. And I swear, when I finally get this fly, I guess you're gonna just do stuff there. New pilgrims at Highrook, a reopening is at hand, but you do not appear to be seekers. I pray you have the insight to act wisely, where Gideon acted without real consideration. Acheron was a talented scholar, but the downfall was to trust the communion. Their knowledge and ambitions are flawed and naive. His use of Dreamleaf led to the discovery of the tear, but his subsequent actions were rash and ill-informed. I hope your progress will be more enlightened. To this end, I offer you a part of a whole you seek. Make good use of this gift, and we might speak again. V. Dav! Konbanwa! Good evening to you too as well. Almost there. One more piece. I swear I'm gonna get this fucking fly. Task, oh, that's a task support, so we could do that. You're a task support, so you can go there. You're a task support, so you can go there. I don't have any actual tasks to do there, though. People are starting to get sleepy. Maybe we should get ready for another nap. Right after these finish. I never started that, huh? Next time. It's okay. We'll have time later. Alright, Atticus, you can go there. We're waiting for... Alright, got that. Training charcoal, good. Alright, everyone sleep. Meow! Mr. Tubbs! You could hear the little fucker that time? Yeah. In MTG, if there was something, it is gone now. Max 1. Okay, so we probably don't need to do that anymore, which is what that's telling me. Alright, you can study that. Oh, the echo's in that spot. You can do the library. I don't need to do anything there. Alright, so you can go dig. And I'll actually wait for you. I'll wait for the echo to finish. Alright, Now you can make the moon shine. Here we go. Alright, oil bud, healing sprig are gonna go up there. Cannot find my tools anymore. It's as if the house is shifting around me. Scraps and relics wandering from room to room. I'm so weary with study and drained from ritual I cannot think straight. I'm attempting to keep track of the fragments, and I know I could acquire replacements if need be, but I fear I'm stumbling into the darkness without the protections I need. The community is urging me on, offering support from afar, but they are not subject to the nightmares that I see in every shadow. Alright, give me a sec. I need something to drink. Okay, here we go. A right to break the threshold of the first circle. A knock on the gates of Nibiru. Draw an arched door upon the wall in white chalk. Circumscribe the form in a circle, and the apex of the arch draw a 12-point star. With your forehead pressed against the star, sing the song of the autumn key. Hold the edges of the frame, stare beyond the wall, eyes wide, until the tears drop to the floor. Close your eyes, close your mind, and open the door. The fragments have formed the opening eye, the ritual that the seekers urge Gideon to complete. It is a window into Nibiru's hidden domain. Vitaly shuffles around the chamber, nervous but excited. It might seem foolish, but I think we must perform this rite to further our investigation. Vitaly, are you mad? These evil rites should be burned, not performed. We should look for the Acherons here, in the real world. Atticus shakes his head vigorously. Gideon may have been insane, but we need not follow him into his lunacy. I hear you, Atticus, but it's clear that Gideon was determined to carry out this ritual. Perhaps we could find fresh tracks by replicating his actions. If you trusted my judgment during the keel fever epidemic, then please remain in step with us now. Aye, Miss Callagher, you pulled me and my boys through that outbreak. I still owe you for that. Atticus wrings his hand uncertain. I'm not happy with Vitaly's plan. It won't end well, but I'll do as you ask, for now. You are a task that needs to be done there. Alright. What do we got? We got more moonshine. And alright, who's gonna do it? You're gonna do it. So work the chapel. And we could eat. What else are we gonna do? You guys eat. I know that she's working, but we eat. She's doing that. Oh, you were not in there? Why not? Whatever. Meow. The world melts into a watery gloom. A vision shimmers into view as if stepping through a waterfall. Hello? Are you from the outside? Have you come to take me home? Please take me home. It is so strange here. Roots like worms, and worms like roots. I don't like it, and I can't get out. I am slow and empty. Am I falling asleep? Am I dreaming? The one who brought me here won't take me home. She comes and goes, singing like a howling star, her head all broken up. Simon's image begins to waver. Please, tell Pa I'm sorry about the necklace. And I miss him. And Ma, and Amy and Tubbs. I am the key, the opener of gates, instrument of the end. I am the keeper of Nibiru's secret paths. You have come knocking for me to return the boy? I will not. He is dreaming in the garden of the first circle. He will sleep with the shadows on the shore, a tribute to the end. Turn back, fleshlings. These roads are not for you. Ghastly feelings render my soul. Oh, pity me. Oh my god. Chapter 2. So now everything is new for a lot of us from this point forward. With the Micah Parsons trade, I don't know. I think they tried to, make a deal and tried to do whatever. They lost, and Micah Parsons just basically stopped playing ball. Was like, you trade me. And then it ended up the way that it did. They are awakened. The dance has begun. Parables of the Opening Eye. The key has returned to Nibiru, but a dark runic scar remains. The key has returned to Nibiru, but a dark runic scar remains, etched into the floor of the chapel like a wound. A fetid draught rises from its inky outlines. It is a tear in the world, left behind in the aftermath of a dark ritual. Whilst present, this fracture might provide ingress to things from beyond. To mend this fracture, we need to banish the entities it gives birth to? What in the hell was that? Felt like the sky had become an ocean and drowned us all. The Akron bore, like a ghost, half here and half somewhere else, thin and hollow. Atticus rubs his eyes with his grubby fingers. And that beast, that horror, his head like a broken root. Was it real? And if so, what has Gideon done? That entity was an instrument of Nibiru, a lesser demon of the end. Something I thought that I would never witness. Bitterly shivers, but a response betrays an edge of excitement. The key is the custodian of the first circle, the sentinel on the shore. I have read such beings, but never dreamed I would see one. Perhaps the window through which the key spoke has not fully closed. There was a mark here on the ground, an uncanny rift or fissure, and the card here is seemingly dropped by the boy. Gallagher plucks up the key card from its grimy boards. We should monitor this scar in case its presence conjures more nightmares. Very well, Gallagher. We need more information on how these unholy rituals operate and who is involved. I suspect there are more occult texts locked in the secure case of the archives. I will send word to my colleagues at Venitus. Perhaps they can provide us with assistance in accessing them. Alright, pause. The hell are you? A fickling form of sense of frozen fear increases madness of nearby characters every hour. Okay. How long will these remain around? Do I have to navigate around them? Crack in the wall. Demonic focus. Ooh, I don't think I got him. No, I most certainly did not. Jackass. The key is returned to Nibiru, but a dark runic scar remains etched into the floor. So, what the fuck do I do with this shit? Unique. Immovable. I see. First thing, demonic school. Okay. Well, we start there, trying to unlock that. If we could go to places and not subject ourselves to the horrors, it's a start. Yeah, I'm not gonna put you inside the library codex. You can wait for now. Complete and in a timely fashion. The horse. The brain cap I brought from Dire Witch appears to be a waste of time. I hoped it would aid Simon's classes. However, the gadget not only requires the support of the machine room, it also seems to operate entirely randomly. Instead of focusing the user's mind for study, it imparts all kinds of chaotic visions. I was tempted to return it, but Gideon disagrees. I think partially because he wishes to avoid leaving the house. I'm concerned that his solitude is a sign of something more troubling. I have been so immersed in my own studies recently I did not notice the change in him. Maybe it has something to do with his work for the Seeker's Communion. I will have to ask him when the opportunity presents itself. Nothing for Dire Witch ever works properly. It's a nest of grifters down there. But I'm glad the lady was starting to notice her husband's decline. Let us hope she got out before he got her involved in all his wicked plans. It is a relief to find more evidence that Lady Acheron, Sophia, was a keen amateur scientist. I made her acquaintance at various lectures in town. A truly remarkable woman. I pray we might still find her safe. The device is a mechanist design, but it is unfamiliar to me. It seems to be some sort of mental imager. Even if it did not suit her needs, it might be useful for ours. The equipment in this schoolroom might also be of use. The chair is designed to support machine-enhanced learning. Vitaly strokes his beard, pondering the possibilities. If we could find time within our investigations, we would do well to make use of the training offered here. Oh. Document box, focus, well, let's see. Task focus, mechanist helmets, when powered, worn by attentive set, this can enhance and exploit the inner workings of the mind. Alright, well, we don't have enough focus things because we need to find more. Document box will be needed in here. And we get to wait because we still need a couple more hours before some of the stuff goes on. Focus Fern. You know what? You want Mr. Scholar? Eat a shroom. Training charcoal can go there, so that's good there. We have school. Who has school? No one does. We may have to work something with this brain cap. We still have to wait for these ritual things to go away, I think. Air of nausea. Those shrooms have disagreed with me. Increase injury level of nearby character every hour. Well, shit, get the fuck out of there. Alright. So some of this stuff has started to go away. Alright. You can work the archives. You can work this document box. That's almost done. You just finished. Alright. Focus Fern, you can go ahead and cook that. Alright. I think we will have everybody sleep soon. What don't you like, Mr. Tubbs? Alright, booster matrix can go there. Cellar code, alright. So we have that. But we need to go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Alright, Owl T. Everybody go to sleep. This damn fly. The air of nausea is going to go away so we could eat. What a restless night. Venice's letter. Fellow Mechanist Astor, firstly, we commend you on your commitment to this investigation. A paper of your findings will be most welcome in the Institute archives. Judging from your description of the modified locks, it appears that Lord Acheron has been receiving assistance from the Seekers. The Communion has developed an alternative configuration to our standard locking mechanisms and uses it to secure their hideouts and archives. Their work is far from sophisticated, though, and we have included an MK1 skeleton key with this letter to enable you to bypass their crude revisions. We wish you good fortune in your work. May the cogs turn your way. Venitas Institute Assembly. Archives key. It's a task focus for over here. Alright. Did I read this? It is difficult not to despise that lump Atticus. If we did not require the presence of someone to hunt and carry, then I would have sent him away, or at least petitioned to the others that we did so. Vitally, you're a bitch. The horrors of Highrook are not those which that can be beat with hands like clubs. They're not something we could take out into the garden, hit with a spade, and then bury in the thin dirt. As Atticus no doubt wishes to do, this place is a puzzle box of many dimensional complexities. As an example, whatever ritual incantations Lord Acheron may have uncovered, it is only my learning and insight that will allow us to engage with them in the correct manner. Night, Edge! Night, Kick-Ass! That was fun. And good luck with the fly, thanks. The real... I may have got him that time. I hope I did. Good night. Oh, Kick-Ass is leaving. Reading chat and things like that. Yeah. It's not easy to read in order. You just read what you can. Vitally holds himself in high regard. He may be smart, but that doesn't mean he's right. I don't normally do writing, but something is off. This Highrook place is a wreck, full of junk and books, broken things. Don't like it. Smells wrong. Feels wrong. The scholar is a brain worm and Astor is boring. A puppet-loving mechanist. The doc is the only normal one. Wish she would take that mask off. She fixed me up last spring for the keel fever. She cared not about the bodies, weighed it all in and treated us. In some fancy skirts, too. Elegant, you might say, even in all that filth. Anyways, Josko asked me to get his silver snuff box back from the cellars here. Apparently he dropped it last summer when he was helping with the delivery. If I leave it by the gate of the courtyard, one of his boys will pick it up. Okay, you know what? Everybody, with Mr. Tubbs, let's eat. Let's do that. Gift of the Monkey. You're a task support. Okay. Cellar code and brain cat. We'll probably do cellar code first. Alright. You and Oil Bud. Oh, Sophia's note 4. This unsettling The unsettling changes in my husband's character are accelerating. He acts like he's a seeker now, spouting their twisted occult adages and poring over their dusty tomes. I fear I'm losing him to their fanaticism. His mania also seems to have overridden any concerns for Simon's illness. He ignored the Cane Cross Yard medicals who came to help him and instead spent the time placing the house in lockdown. He is constantly distracted and refuses to talk about Simon at all. I'm not sure what his intentions are, but I've begun to keep my work in the cellar atrium in order to avoid any potential classes. I will place a spare key with this note, so I cannot get locked out of there, too. Alright. Everybody ate. Everybody slept. Alright. So. Cellar code. Work on that. Archives key. Alright, well, you're working on the archives key. You are working on the bud. And you can eat this raven's cap. Whoa. As I suspected, the aftermath of our ritual has invited new terrors to the house. Perhaps they are linked to that cursed mark in the chapel. Calico seems more intrigued than concerned. We should use our skills to remove or destroy them before they damage us or the property. Task focus, I see. To root to... I haven't been standing that long, but I feel like sitting down again. Just thinking. Now I kind of wish I was working on the brain cap, because if I can up my stats, that could help with this. Bow, 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 bow. Alfred, I'm worried about the master. Since he started talking to those seekers, and the house has been filled up with all kinds of oddments, horrible antiques and tattered books full of foreign writing, dire portraits I would not look upon. Amy says that just touching some of these items made Simon poorly, and now the Lord himself is suffering from some sort of melancholy. Perhaps Lady Sophia is worried too. She asked me to bring some of her stuff down to the cellar, told me that she might start working down there. I'm thinking that if anyone else gets ill, I might have to start misplacing some of these weird objects when I handle the deliveries. I don't like to deceive, but I don't want Amy getting poorly either. Getting poorly! I'm gonna use that next time someone's sick. I hope you get unpoorly soon. No, I won't. Intriguing. A groundskeeper and his daughter attended to the family, taking their own lodgings in the old well house. It appears that the father was also suspicious of Gideon's behavior, and had been stashing some of the Lord's tools and relics. I'm not sure if this will help or hinder us. Alfred Blaine, I think his name is. I'd see I'm now and again the docks. I'm now and again at the docks of Aldwyth or at Dywich Market. I see him now and again at the docks of Aldwyth and Dywich Markets. Seems like a decent fella, bit of a dreamer, and a bit too fond of smoking, but a good sort. Heard he'd adopt some of the orphans with his missus. I hope he and his daughters are safe somewhere. Hi, see ya! We should pay attention to their journals if we can find more. It's remarkable how overlooked the domestics can be. No doubt the Acheron servants had accepted all manner of the occult deliveries and had access to the private chambers of the family. Alright, chemical worksheets, Alfred's notes, which we read, matrix boost. Do we have enough to handle you? Yes. Next puzzle, somewhere around there. Okay. Gift of the Bee. Alright, so you found the support for over there. You're working the bud. You're working the archive keys. Okay. Grumbles. Oh. See, it requires 2. I don't know if I could put 2 people in there and it will do something. You know what? We'll wait. The circles are drawing in. I'm not sure if I'm outside or inside. I hear the sea of the stars lapping on the shores of Nibiru. In my dreams, I feel the oily roots of the first circle grasping at my flesh. And when I awake, part of me is still there with those obsidian spires. I will not let my mind be drowned by these outer beings. I am a seeker. I open the gates. I made the key shelter my sun. I will find a path to ascension. I know I can find the strength to succeed. Another of the entities had crossed over yesterday. A gross maggot of disturbing proportions. I destroyed it before anyone else saw, and was rewarded with such a sense of triumph. I will protect my family. Sophia will understand soon, but for now, I must hide the truth from her. She has been spying on me. I know it. That bitch. Meow. At least we can rid ourselves of these invading fiends. They're not all untouchable phantoms. Atticus cracks his knuckles. It appears so, Atticus. Though, take care when facing them. They still exhibit unnatural powers. Calico grasps her gloves and hands together. We must examine each new entity carefully in order to counter their intrusions. Archives key still has work to do, huh? Mr. Mouse. One day, Mr. Mouse was watching from his window when he saw a little jolly boat being paddled along the river. Sat in the boat were the 4 visitors that he had been expecting. With a squeak, Mr. Mouse climbed down from the window. He knew that the visitors must never see him, or all would be lost. He was, after all, just a little mouse. Putting on his little mouse jacket, Mr. Mouse scurried to his cozy mouse hole in the wall. He would have to prepare for the arrivals. They were here to meddle with the great king's dreams. Perhaps they would even put some of them in jars and take them away. And Mr. Mouse couldn't have that. I'm very curious about this Mr. Mouse. Machine oil. Okay. Doctor, it's time for you to have a drink. Which also means you need to make more moonshine. Nobody's way far out of sorts, okay? No one's overly tired. Archive keys. I guess you'll work in the archive keys some more. Because why not? Vision of a generator. Powering outside. We'll see what that is later. I guess you work the machine room again? Sure. Alright, so you worked on that. You're gonna eventually work on that. Healing. Injury 15%. I mean, you know what? Go ahead and heal yourself. Because why not? And then you can make another healing potion. Alright. Seeker's Letter 4, your skills improve, however your recent divergence from our instructions is concerning. We know that you acted in order to protect your son from further illness, but the instruments of Nibiru are not destined for trivial or domestic application. The key will be unlikely to return Simon to you without significant persuasion, and although his sickness will remain stable in the gardens, no unascended entity can remain in that place for long. We hope you will rein in on your personal impulses through the next stage of our journey. The direction of Gideon's new work unsettles me. He is obsessed with a mythical place called Nibiru. He seems convinced it truly exists, populated with wondrous treasures and powerful entities. I pray that this new obsession does not involve Simon, especially considering his recent illness. He idolizes his father and is always eager to help. Of course, I blame the Seekers for Gideon's transformation. I am sure they are exploiting him for their own gain. He even suggested that I should halt my development of field phone and instead aid him and the communion. Perhaps I'm being paranoid, but I'm going to make my work more secure. The last thing I want is for my research to end up in the hands of some cultists. Cool to make this into a physical board game? Yeah. The goal would have to be changed, though, to something more universal. A familiar tale, I'm afraid. The aspirations of the wife being subjugated to the ambitions of a man. Esther shakes her head in frustration. Sophia was a skilled inventor in her own right. Perhaps if her research had been pursued instead of her husband's, this whole debacle might have been avoided. Regardless of their marital squabbles, we should investigate the device Sophia was designing. If I can steal it, can visualize hidden signals, then it might be of great use to us. And by pursuing her design, he will likely find more traces of the lady herself. I hope I can find a way to get you killed by story. Like the Legacy games? I guess so. I truly hope so, Vitaly. I am convinced that she would not have been willing to have been a willing participant in her husband's occult practices. So we have more of those. See, that worm is there. I guess you're going to continue to work the archives key. You have made moonshine, okay? Atticus, whatever this vision thing is, you're going to work that. More visions. Visions of the Silver Pen. Skull Room, Spartan Race. See, I don't think anybody... Well, see, it requires 0, so it just actually needs to be worked. It doesn't actually need to be worked. It doesn't require skill. All right. It's been some time since the weather has permitted me to continue my experiments outside. The smog-laden rain chokes up my devices with an oily film. Today, however, a break in the clouds has given me the opportunity to accomplish at least a little work. I'll let Simon with Amy. He's still ill, but my husband says not to worry. A cold is doing the rounds. I'm still waiting for the delivery of schematics from the town, but I will test my prototype today, until either the sunlight or my power supply fail. I need more data to improve my design. Typical. A rainstorm began at noon, and I had to retreat. The generator I brought from Direwitch might be ruined. I'm going to try and dry it out, but I suspect that will not help. I hate this blasted climate. Alright, so we have a permanent 1 support there. Good, which means we could continue to work that brain cap. Alright. Atticus can work the cliffs. More healing dose, good for us. You have some mechanics too, so actually you could work up over there. Alright. Inspiring text. When this lesson is consumed, it may create that, or that inspiration. Interesting. Root. You don't have root. So you have root, and you have root. Okay. Garden guide, task support. Oh, okay. It's a little late to try to fight you now. But okay. Maybe a repeat of these archive keys. Keep giving us stuff, so that's good. We want that to finish. You're waiting, and you're working. We could do that. Pen. Alright, so we got permanent support over here. You can work that there. You know what? Can you work? I think I do want you. No, I don't. I want Atticus to try to get something from it. Alright, so you go ahead and work the courtyard. Somebody's gonna have to cook that. Raven. Okay, so you go to school. I know you don't like books, but you're going to read today. I guess you should continue to work the archives. 2 dream, 2 keys. I wonder. More inspiring text. Okay. It doesn't actually up your skills. I was hoping it would up the skills. But it doesn't. It just creates things for here. Now. See, only one. We can't combine multiple people here to try to tackle these things. Raw meat should be made. Well, hold on. Visions of a lockbox. Candle? We don't have a candle yet. Oh, we do. Cellars. What does this require? 1. Who the fuck has candles? You have candles. And you have candles. You know what? You go ahead. Work the cellar. Mechanist book. 1 for up here. Can you use? Yes. Alright, so you handle that. You cook some food. I guess you're gonna continue to do that. No one's hurt. People are getting tired though, and that actually kind of hurts because that's kind of sleepy right now. Alright, we have food. We have a puzzle piece. A puzzle box. Alright, so from one puzzle to another. Vision of theft. And the thing is, we can't handle that yet because we gotta banish the entities. But right now we're avoiding them because we can't really handle them. I don't know if it'll allow me to get another one of those things. Alright, well I guess you work in the archives. You know what? I think you need to work here because there's charcoal that can get it. You're gonna continue to do that. Nobody's hurt. People are getting tired though. Can you cook? No, not really. Do you need a drink? If you had a drink today. Just explore the courtyard. Mr. Tubbs! Oh! Mr. Tubbs is a support. We could fight this thing. Task focus, another mechanist book. See, you know. Booster matrix, okay. Vision of a lantern, okay. Raw meat, moon grain, moonshine. Maybe what? Anybody kind of hurting for sanity? No. Oil bud to make machine stuff. I guess you're just gonna keep doing the archives. That's all you're doing. I could do more brain cap there. I guess so. So we couldn't get it in time. That kind of sucks. Corroded lantern. I don't think his fatigue will end when this ends. I don't think I could just plot people in there and all of a sudden they sleep. No. I must examine the highlighted card. Where? This one? Is it you? Might be you. Which card is highlighted? Brain cap? I don't know what it's talking about, so I'm clicking all of the things here. Okay, now I can. I just had to unpause and pause. Alright. Night, cousin. Alright, you know what? First, everybody sleep. Everybody's tired. Let's go to sleep. And then we're going to take a crack at this because we do have support to be able to take it down. Alright. Gift of the Monkey. This card will increase the attributes of the character performing the task. Okay. First, you know what? Can Atticus take this down? I sure hope so. So Atticus is up. The doctor needs her drink. We could do more of that. Let me try her. I want to try to, it requires 2, but we're dumb as shit. None of us have the school attributes. So I'm not sure how, but we're dumb as shit right now, so we can't do that. So I guess you're going to do the inspiring text. And I guess you're going back to the codex. Or the archives. We don't need food. Alright, corroded lantern. Work that. Gift of the Eagle. The brickhouse is empty of further revelations. Its circuits fizzle and whine as the wiring that holds it together slowly. Hopefully we have tested all the visions we can from this strange machine. Also, is that going to expel out? Is that what that's doing? Because it's got a timer. I see. Okay. 7 more things cracked from the wall. Okay, so that job part is done. Inspiring text. More of that. Okay. Faint light. Task support. Okay, so we might need to find more support cards for that. I'm not sure if this focus friend will give us what we want. And you are working on that. Highrook Manor, day 6. Asher's notes. Maybe I should stop right here. It's 10 o'clock. Day 6. Right. We could read some of the notes that are coming along. Fuck you. And we could continue on diving into this. We'll see. I think we'll do that. All right. And so ends the long weekend. For a lot of us, reality comes back tomorrow, myself included. Boy, I can't wait, Kappa. And that's it. That's it for today. Thank you, everyone who came by here, hung out. Thank you, Dav. Thank you, Coolio. Thank you, Edge. Thank you, Anonymous. Thank you, Sia. Thank you, Kickass. Thank you, Gamba. Thank you, Mag. Thank you, Donut. Thank you, Zero. Thank you, Edge. Thank you, Alexander. I might have repeated some stuff. It's what I do. Thank you for joining for some Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. I'm glad you all enjoyed it. And we should do more. You know. I think, in small doses, I think we all have a great time with it. I do. And well, I don't think I'm going to continue this game on Wednesday, or I may again combine it with something else. Make this the second half of what we're doing, which is probably more likely. We are in September, and that means we are 1 month away from Spooktober. Get ready, everybody, because I'm going to hate how this begins. So it should be a good one. So have a good day, good night, good week, good short work week, wherever you are. Please, if you come across a loved one, be sure to tell them that you love them. I'll see you guys later. You guys take care. For some of you, try to stay cool. All right?